Hey everyone, Kevin here, and I have a haul video. I went to Bead Fest Philadelphia for a couple of days. I went Friday evening and then Saturday morning and afternoon, and that's my kitty. You may see him stick his head or his paw in here. He's sitting right there. You want to come say hi? Can you stick your head in here? No? Over here? Look. All right. He's being shy right now, but there he is, right there. So I went Friday kind of evening and then Saturday morning and afternoon. I took a couple classes and I went shopping. I'm not really a beader. I've done some bead work in the past, just randomly years ago, and kitty. But I'm certainly not a serious beader in any way. But they did have some polymer clay stuff, which is really why I went. And then did some other shopping, just, because you're shopping. So I took two classes. One was kind of a basic jewelry class called Whatnots and Doodads. And it was by Phyllis Martin Rennie. Who was a hoot, actually. She was really fun to talk to. And the project is making this bracelet and making these little kind of doodads that go with it. So you get to learn the basics of making like an eye pin, a looped eye pin, and how to form them correctly, making jump rings, and we made little swirlies. And then little pieces, that hold the beads that will eventually go on the chain. I haven't finished this project. I probably could have finished it in class, but I left a little bit early. So I will finish this project. There's not much more to do, actually. And it was a fun class. Like she was kind of a hoot to talk to, and she's been a crafter for many years and has a bead store, and you get this sort of collapsible ruler and the project kit to build the bracelet and things like that. So that was fun. That was one class. And then the other class I took, which was my favorite class, was a class on making a crackle and ink polymer clay pendant. And it was taught by Donna Weeks and her daughter, whose name I am blanking on because I am terrible with names. They were so much fun, and they were just so laid back and really very supportive and knowledgeable. And the class was just full of people who were really relaxed, and you got to sort of, be creative and play around. The class, primarily, you were making kind of a pendant. Now, the sample is kind of this shape, but you could make whatever you wanted. So I made one like this. Now, it isn't sanded yet. I could have sanded it in class, but I brought it home because I want to use my Polyfast machine on it. And so they give you everything to make the pendant, including this, eventually this little Rivoli here. That'll go kind of in there. That'll be the finished one with a cord. But you also get to make a bracelet. And so this was my bracelet. Again, the project is really making this crackle with some alcohol inks and some gold foil or some gold leaf. For my bracelet, I kind of put this little black netting of clay on top, and I really love the way it came out. And I really like the shape of this pendant. I'm going to play around with it. I'm not sure if I might want to put like a black border on it. We'll see. I'm going to play around a little bit more with that. But so that's what you get in the class, and I had enough clay to kind of make a little doodad left over. This isn't fully baked yet, but But that class was super fun. It's a long class. I think it was 4 hours. I didn't stay for the whole 4 hours. I think I left around 3.5 so I could go shopping. But again, like the last half of the class is mostly just sanding and stuff, and I'm going to sand here at home, so I didn't stay for that part. But if you get the opportunity to take a class with Donna Weeks and her daughter, there was another one they did later in the day, and I almost stayed, but I was exhausted. I had gotten no sleep, and like just was tired, so I kind of really wanted to take that class, but it wasn't until 5:30 at night, and it went till 8:30. And I knew I wasn't going to make it. So they did sell some stuff in their class. So I bought some bracelet blanks and some little pendant blanks. And the coolest thing they had were these kind of brass collar blanks, which I thought were really kind of cool. So I got, and they had a really good deal in class too. I forget, these were only like a couple of dollars. So I think for everything you see here, it was under $30. It was like $28 or something like that. So that's what they sold in their class itself. So that was one of my purchases. I also went there primarily for kind of polymer clay. They did have one polymer clay store called Art Clay. So I went there and I got this booked on mixed media clay, which is kind of what I'm interested in, and so that was kind of right up my alley. And then I got some, these are templates. Now I think these are actually meant for like metal clay, but I thought they would be cool shapes that I could cut out, so I just wanted to try them. And then I got some pattern, like stencil pads or texture pads. So this one has multiple, like 6 different squares of different patterns, and then these were longer ones, you know, just for putting patterns in clay. Some bracelet blanks, again, some pendant blanks. Oh, this was another Art Clay World is where it was. This is a flexi stamp with kind of a snake skin pattern. So, yeah, so that was one place I went. And since I was doing a little bit of jewelry work, I have a set of tools, but they're not great. So I sort of invested, I guess, in a really good set. So these are from Lindstrom, and they had a nice deal. You got this case for free if you bought a set of 4. And I got kind of a basic set, so some snippers, some chain nose pliers, some flat nose pliers, and some round nose pliers. And they were pricey. I think this set with the case was $140. But apparently they have a lifetime warranty, and I am told they are probably the best precision tools out there. So they have a whole selection of tools, of crazy things that you can, you know, all kinds of shapes and sizes, but I got sort of a basic set. I went to the Parawire store, and this is really very cool. Again, this isn't necessarily beading, but they make these amazing things out of wire. And so I got this little set that lets you do kind of spirals. And then as I was reading about it, you can probably just do this on a drill bit. But anyway, this one has different shapes that you can use and a little bit of wire. So that was another purchase. I got some seed beads. This store had really great deal. I mean, really good prices, I should say. And they're actually based in Philly. I don't even know what the name of the store is here. The Best Bead Show, fiberandbeads.com. So they have I guess like a warehouse in Philly near the airport. It's not like a retail store, I guess, but the guy did say they do get people that come into the place every once in a while. So, but it's not, I guess, like a regular brick and mortar store. But anyway, I'm not even sure what I'm going to do with these. I do have kind of a project I want to work on, a bigger long-term project. that has sort of an under the sea kind of theme. So I thought these were colors that went in with it, and I thought maybe I might use them. So, but again, these were a pretty good deal. Like, most of these are under $5 for this container. Like, this is $3.75. This one was $3, $4.50. So they had pretty good deals on seed beads. And there were a ton. There were the bead show itself is a little overwhelming, actually. It, you know, compared to the Stamp and Scrapbook Expo, which I was just at, the Bead Fest is huge. I mean, huge. Like, I don't know, there must have been hundreds of vendors there, and, you know, every booth is full of, like, shiny beads that are gorgeous, and you just want to run up and sort of look at. This was a couple of different clasps and just some magnetic closures and things like that I just picked up at one of the stores. This was a really, like, odd store, I guess, for the Bead Fest. I don't know. It was just sort of like a metal shop that had lots of different metal stuff in it. But I picked up some bracelet blanks and, again, some collars, which I think are pretty cool, and I might do some collar projects. So these are brass collars, and this is like a hammered collar. And I'm thinking I might do... again, some polymer clay kind of projects with it, so we'll see. And then the last thing I got was some Swarovski crystals. So I got these from a couple of different places. I think maybe just 2 places. So, you know, I want to compare these because I've gotten my Swarovski crystals from Stamplistic, the Stamp and, you know, Stamp store. So I kind of want to compare these to the prices from that store. And if anybody has, like, they know of, like, the store that has the best prices for Swarovski crystals, let me know in the comments, please. Because these things are so pricey. But I got a couple of different selections, things I know that I'll use on cards, or again on some other projects. I didn't go too overboard. But these are, you know, these are pricey. Like, this one here is $11, which, you know, in and of itself isn't that much, but as soon as you get 5 or 6 of them, you're well over $100 very quickly for, you know, just a small amount of stuff. So, this was another project, this is another thing I bought, but it's a project to do, a bracelet, so it looks like down here, a knitted bracelet, actually a crocheted bracelet with beads. Now, I've never done anything like that. I've done something similar, but not quite crocheting. So, I'm interested to try it. I don't know how far I'll get. This seems like it might be a little bit above my skill level, but the person who made these, Candace Sexton, who does this bead crocheting, makes these beautiful, beautiful bracelets and necklaces from little seed beads. So that was something else I got. Okay, so that's it. That was a quick kind of haul video, and first time at Bead Fest. I may go back next year, depending on their workshops. I'll try to do a little bit more planning. This was very spur of the moment. I didn't even know Bead Fest was sort of in town, and somebody posted on Facebook, like on Friday, when I saw it, and I was like, oh, I don't have anything to do tonight. I'm going to go to Bead Fest. And ended up just having fun and shopping, and yeah, that's it. So, okay, I think I'm going to do another video today on that polymer clay and polishing it with my Polyfast machine, but I thought I'd do a quick kind of haul video. So, that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye, y'all.